brief overview of what we are all about. For those of you who are not familiar with our institute, we will be 32 years old this coming June 1. A not-for-profit organization. The simple mission, the mission is that anybody requiring any form of eye care, coming to any of our campuses, whether they pay or don't pay. So that means essentially nobody shall be denied eye care, whatever they need, irrespective of their financial status. A quarter century ago, now it's become very popular all over the world. Their primary eye care is delivered in the remote, rural and tribal communities by technicians who are picked from the same communities, trained here and put back in their own communities. Where all services are provided with the exception of most complex tertiary care procedures. And more recently, we've been able to do even such procedures as corneal transplants in these rural eye centers. That's been a big breakthrough for us. It has never happened anywhere in the world. Taking such care closer to the doorstep of people, corneal transplants in rural areas. In India, typically, even medical schools are not performing corneal transplants, most of them today. We are the biggest eye bank in Asia today, our Hyderabad Eye Bank. So similarly, areas like retinoblastoma, retinopathy of prematurity in premature babies, glaucoma complex, diabetic retinopathy are some of our other focus areas. So in the recent past, looking at the next 25 years, we have come up with two strategic pillars. The first one is what is called Institutes of Excellence, and the second is focusing on robust primary eye care for the 3 states we are involved in.
So, when the concept of raising public awareness for such a life-threatening condition came up, there was one person who came up with an idea not only to spread awareness about this, but also in bringing up everybody for this journey. And make it everybody's responsibility. Please welcome the force behind Whiteathon, Dr. Swati Kalki. Dr. Kalki heads the OEU Institute for Eye Cancer at PRASAD Eye Institute.
Team for being part of this. A big thank you for all the press for coming here to cover this event and all the dignitaries who are with us today. I would like to start my talk with a small video and then I'll talk further. Can we have the video please, and have the lights dim please? So these are a child's face, and if you become a small part of that reason, giving a smile on that child's face, nothing like it. We had very clear objectives when we started this concept of Whiteathon. One, to increase awareness about this condition, because we felt there is a pressing need to increase awareness about this condition because many people are not aware of it. I have many educated parents come up to me and ask, oh, we never knew that I can develop cancer, and we never knew that a child's eye can develop cancer. So there is a definite need to increase awareness about this condition. The second objective that we had was to raise funds for the treatment of eye cancer. Those of you who are aware about the concept of LV Prasad Eye Institute, no patient is turned away just because they cannot afford treatment. Every patient is offered the same level of care irrespective of whether they can pay or they cannot pay. But we have the percentage of patients who cannot afford treatment might be much higher for cancer, maybe because it's a long-term treatment. It's not a one-time treatment, it's lifelong treatment. So there are long-term costs that is involved, and that's the reason the parents may not be able to afford treatment. So we thought we should have some initiative to also raise funds for this particular eye cancer. And when we saw our data, we saw that the amount of awareness was same both in urban population and rural population. It does not mean that all educated people know about this eye cancer. Many of them, in fact, even they might have done the highest of degrees, but still they may not be aware of this. So that is the reason we thought it is important. And currently, of course, we are having it in Hyderabad, but going forward, our vision is that we replicate this, we scale up this event in every place, every district, every village where there is a footprint of LV Prasad Eye Institute. Currently, there are more than 205 centers where LV Prasad Eye Institute is present, and we will do our best to bring this event, to replicate this event to whatever scale possible, maybe a smaller scale, a larger scale, whatever scale possible, to increase awareness about this eye cancer. And here, being in an institute, of course, our responsibility is not just providing the highest clinical care. Our responsibility is also education. So we try to educate as many healthcare professionals, as many eye care professionals about this condition, so that this disease can be identified early and they refer the cases early to us so that we can treat them. Retinoblastoma is a highly curable cancer. Standing today here in 2019, when I talk, it is the curable cancer where the life can be salvaged in more than 98% of the cases. Are we able to do that? Not yet, but we can do it if we detect the cases early. So I think it is our responsibility, everyone's responsibility, everyone sitting in this room. You should become an ambassador, spread this message to your community, to your family, to whomever you know, so that everyone is aware of this condition. The two main symptoms that are seen with this is a white reflex in the eye, and second is a squint. Never ignore these two things that is seen in a child. If any of this is present, it is very important to get a good eye examination of the child, and preferably with an ophthalmologist, so that a detailed examination can be done. And I think when a child is getting treatment for eye cancer, it's not just the journey of a child, it's the journey of a family. It's a journey of a parent. And today with us, we have one such parent who has gone through this journey to share her experience with us. So we have Major Mandeep Kaur with us. She herself is a doctor. She's a commissioned officer in Indian Army and she works at AFMC Pune. She's a mother of two beautiful twins. One twin was recently detected to have retinoblastoma and is undergoing treatment with us. So she's here with us to share her journey, a journey which has been full of emotions, a journey which has been full of uncertainties. More than that, a journey which has triumph in it. I welcome Mandeep onto the stage.
I thank Dr. Swati for giving me this opportunity, and I am really grateful to LVPI for giving us this honor. And everything I was doing fine, my babies were doing fine. We were extremely hopeful that we'll sail through few more weeks. And in the 34th week of my pregnancy, I started running, some fever along with some normal cough and cold. My condition worsened, and after investigations were done, I was diagnosed to be having swine flu. And by the time diagnosis came, I had already developed pneumonia and I became totally oxygen dependent. My gynecologist, she informed me immediately that only way to save your and your baby's life is to deliver babies immediately. At exactly 34 weeks of pregnancy, on 11th September, my cesarean was done and I was blessed with two beautiful daughters. During my whole pregnancy, I took utmost care to avoid any complications and to avoid having a premature delivery. And we have seen lot of improvement in her vision. She is maintaining good eye contact now, and we are extremely hopeful, and I am really happy that we chose this place.
He probably was seen as somebody who could destroy Indian bowling. And as an Indian supporter in the 1990s, I did not like him very much because he was also involved in beating India on the way to winning 2 World Cups. But last year, when Tom Moody came and visited us at LVP, he also showed us why he's called Big Tom or Long Tom. Not only because he's almost 2 meters tall, but also because Tom Moody has a heart that is extremely big as well. So Tom, we would like you to share your experience from last year and your perspective about eye cancer and whiteathon.
To be world leading is something very special, and everyone involved should be very proud of, and the whole of this community here should be very proud of. We're certainly extremely proud to be associated alongside this important mission. Raising awareness is something that in a privileged position involved in the game of cricket is something that is reasonably easy for us. What we do on a cricket field really pales into insignificance when you see what the doctors can do to these young children to help them have a special life, help them recapture vision, and to be able to see the world as we are lucky enough to see it. And to see children that are suffering is painful for all those that have young children. My children have grown up now, but there's so many people out there that have children, and if we can in any way raise awareness to help children that are suffering, it's important we do so. And as people that are involved in a simple sport in cricket, if we can help in bringing this to everyone's attention and helping people, well, it's a privilege for us to do so. Last year, I believe there's over 1,000 young children that have had the benefit of whiteathon and the monies that are raised. So I do ask you all to continue to raise the awareness around whiteathon and raising the money, because wouldn't it be wonderful to hear that figure to be 10,000 one day? Now 1,000 is great, 10,000 is a lot better. I'll tell you what, if we can continue to gather that momentum and spread the word and get out into the communities, both the privileged communities, but more importantly the communities that aren't so privileged, that's something special that we could hold on to. And imagine if we're back here next year, or it may take a couple of years, and that number is 10,000, you know, there'll be a lot of smiling faces in this room, and a lot of smiling faces for those parents that have their children helped and given that chance to have full vision. As I touched on, it is humbling for us, and I'm only just representing the Sunrisers, the players, the support staff and the management in being involved in such an important initiative. It is special, it is close to us, and we do care about it, and we hope that you, the media, do your very best and do your part and help us raise the bar going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Nanak's Lab, Optimal Health Solutions Private Limited. We also thank our silver sponsors, GSR Hospitality, Railtel Corporation of India, David's Pest Control, Cafe Coffee Day,
to the match that was played between India and Australia in 2001. And this is a ticket that is owned by one of the members of our faculty who's kindly agreed to give it to us for this event. So at this match, on the first day, Australia did really well where they scored close to 300 runs. And then India did not do very well on the second day where they got all out for close to 140. Rahul Dravid is a schoolmate of mine. And I was surprised to see that these two people were still batting at the end of the fourth day. So all of us remember these two gentlemen who changed the meaning of Test cricket for a whole generation of Indians. With this one innings. And I'd like to invite VVS Lakshman, who's known for his magic number, 281. Mr. VVS Lakshman. And as VVS comes on stage, all of you know that VVS also means very, very special Lakshman. And
match would be over the next day. And you are right, you are one of those very honest Indians who admitted that on the fourth day of the match, or rather the third day of the match, that the match would be finished. Because whenever I go, wherever I go, I ask people, at the end of the second day, how many of you thought that we would win the test match? There's some who are very, very dishonest. I'm happy that I'm midst of some honest people here. But also I'm happy because right from my childhood, I always dreamt of playing for the country and represent the country in the game of cricket. And one person who always has been an inspiration to all the cricketers around the world was Don Bradman. I was never able to meet him, but I watched a lot of videos, read a lot of things about him, got inspiration. The way he won so many matches for Australia, was a great role model to a lot of young cricketers around the world, not only Australians. But unfortunately, even though I started playing international cricket from 1996, I never had an opportunity to meet the great Don. But I'm really happy that I am in this room where the Don of ophthalmology, as Praveen rightly mentioned, is present. And it's always an inspiration. Even last year I mentioned that Dr. G.N. Rao is one of role models, one of an inspiration, not only to me, but the entire country and the entire world. And 31 years he had a dream of setting up a world-class infrastructure, a world-class institution which can help a lot of needy people who require quality service, quality and efficient medical help, and that's something which he has achieved, and that's something which we all strive to achieve, because everyone in this room should, and I'm sure will have a goal, will have a dream, and once that dream is achieved, you feel very satisfied. And that's something I'm sure Dr. G.N. Rao will be feeling right now, but he's also got a vision for the next 25 years. And that's again an hallmark of great people. Great people are not only people who are successful, who achieve their dreams, but are never ever satisfied with their achievement, will always strive to achieve a lot more. And they're all visionaries. They're not only successful people, but they're visionary, and with their vision, they change the entire context of the profession they are in. With their vision, they change the entire perspective of the profession they are in, and that's what Dr. G.N. Rao and this institute has done. And when you saw that pyramid, the infrastructure, the value system of LV Prasad Eye Institute, and we see the number, it's staggering number, it's a mind-boggling number. 26 million people have already been helped with this efficient service of this institute, and it's because of not only Dr. G.N. Rao, but all the team members. Tom is the coach of Sunrisers. There are some unbelievable players in Siddharth Kaul and Yusuf Pathan. We know that to win a championship, we know to achieve any dream, it's not just because of one individual, but only because of good teamwork. And that's something which I can very, very clearly see at this institute. Last year was a great example and a great moment for me and Tom and others from Sunrisers, where we saw how cohesive is this unit at LV Prasad. And because of that cohesiveness, because of that bonding, they're achieving a lot of success and they're achieving all their dreams. So thank you very much, Dr. G.N. Rao garu and Swati and the entire team of LV Prasad for making us a part of this wonderful initiative. And it's great to know that last year's Whiteathon was a great success. Close to 2,500 people registered and ran. And I'm not surprised, because Sagarika was again a very, very close friend of mine and my family, the Hyderabad runners. And it's great to see that Hyderabad loves running. Hyderabad loves supporting some noble causes, and Hyderabad loves contributing to the society. And I'm not going to be surprised if that number is double, maybe triple, and this is going to be event everyone looks forward to. And it's not only going to be limited to Hyderabad, as you rightly mentioned. It's going to take place in different parts of our state, hopefully our country. And the whole idea behind this Whiteathon is to spread awareness. And when you heard Major Mandip talk about a lovely daughter, Mayor, she's just 4 months old. Now, when she was just 4 months old, when Major Mandip diagnosed that she had the white reflex or squint, and immediately she took action. Immediately she came to LV Prasad Eye Institute, and you see that she is on the path of recovery. And that's something Whiteathon is all about. Whiteathon is all about spreading the awareness of retinoblastoma, eye cancer, which can be cured. And Whiteathon is also about raising funds along with raising awareness so that a lot of needy children can be cured of this eye cancer. It's, as Dr. G.N. Rao and Swati mentioned, that whoever come to LV Prasad Eye Institute, irrespective of the caste, creed, or what socio-economic background they come from, everyone is given quality treatment. And it's amazing to know that 60 to 70% of the patients who come here actually cannot afford the treatment, because sometimes the treatment can be long drawing, sometimes the treatment can be expensive, but just because they cannot afford the treatment, you neglect the needy patient with the valuable and the efficient treatment. You cannot do that. That's not human at all. And that's something which Whiteathon is all about. And I request the friends from the media, they've been very supportive. You see them coming here, being excited, taking a lot of photographs of all of us present in this room. There's a lot of video coverage which will happen, but I'm hoping that this message is passed to the nook and corner of Hyderabad, nook and corner of Telangana, nook and corner of Andhra, and people from different parts of the country can also come participate in this Whiteathon and contribute and help LV Prasad Eye Institute to continue to look after the needy children, look after the efficient management of the needy children, so that they have the vision. And once they have the vision, they will have a very, very enjoyable life. And that's the tagline of this Whiteathon, is you save the vision, automatically you will save the life. I mean, just think for yourself. If you don't see anything, how tough it is going to be, how demoralizing it's going to be, not only to us, but also to our loved ones. So I think this is a great opportunity for us to spread this message, to make sure that every child deserves good quality care, every child deserves vision, so every child can live their dream, every child can enjoy each and every moment of their life. And that's something Whiteathon is all about. So thank you very much to all the people assembled here, all the sponsors, all the partners of LV Prasad Eye Institute and Whiteathon for their continuous support. And I'm sure that this year's Whiteathon will be a grand success. Again, would thank LV Prasad Eye Institute, Swati, for making Sunrisers a part of this wonderful initiative, because as a franchise, through our game, we want to entertain our fans. As a franchise, through our players, we want to make sure that we are playing exciting cricket so that our fans can be happy. But while that is a game, I think this is something which we are very proud of, because through our game, if we can help in initiatives like Vitathon and can contribute to society, I think there is no more satisfaction than being part of this noble initiative. So thank you very much to each one of you. Appreciate your support, and I'm sure that it's going to be a continued support.
Very much, sir, for all of you today for coming to this launch of T-shirts for the Vitathon event to raise awareness about a very, very important one. So first I would like to thank the Sunrisers franchise, Mr. Tom Modi, Mr. Lakshman, Mr. Yusuf Pathan, and Mr. Siddharth Kaul for coming, taking out your time and then coming over here. And Kanika, thank you very much for remembering us. And there's always this, today's event is successful. A lot of women actually have made it successful. I'm starting with you only. So then we would like to thank Mr. Anjani Kumar, Commissioner of Police. He could not make it today, although he tried his best. So we would like to thank him at least still for accepting our invite and willingness to come. Then the great couple, Mr. Rajiv Nannapneni, Vice Chairman and CEO of NATCO, and Mrs. Swati Nannapneni, who is board member and head of CSR NATCO. They have been great supporters for LBPI. They are the ones who supported our Child Science Institute. So a lot of initiatives. So thank you very much, Rajiv and Swati. Ramesh Prasad Garu from the Mr. LB Prasad's family and board member of LBPI, always an ardent supporter even before the institute has started. Dr. Vijayanand Reddy, thank you very much for being with us today. Mrs. Pratibha Rao Garu, our board member of LBPI and one of the big donors. Dawn of Ophthalmology. Thank you, Mr. Lakshman, for saying if we will say that internally we would be fired, so we don't want to take a risk. So thank you for saying the Dr. G.N. Rao, our founder, chairman of LBPI, who is the inspiration for all of us. So thank you, Dr. Rao, for being there for us. All of our sponsors, the platinum sponsors, gold, silver, and other partners, friends from the media, patients and their parents who have come here today, bringing your children, taking a lot of trouble. Major Mandeep Kaur, thank you very much for coming over here and then sharing your story. Hyderabad runners, always with us, any part of the time, 24/7, they work with us for organizing this event. So thank you very much, Hyderabad runners. The pacers who will participate in this, a lot of vendor partners who made this possible, PR agency, then our own LBPI team. So led by Dr. Swati Kalki, who is the sheer anchor of this, and she the director of that child eye cancer, but also the energy and the source behind Vitathon. So Swati, thank you very much. Then our communication team, full of ladies doing great work, both in social media as well as in the other media, promoting and raising awareness about Vitathon. Our hosts, Mansha and Dr. Praveen. Praveen, thanks very much for bringing those nice, memorable cricket clips.